Um, the Night Owls was really a project that kind of spans from a lot of different things, different time frames. I'd say it's been developing ever since I was a kid and I started writing songs. But I mean, with the lineup that we have now, I'd say about 4 years or so. We started off with Manny's son, Sean, on drums, and then we moved on, and got after he left, and went through a couple different drummers. But now we're here with the lineup with Ronnie on drums.
So I'm sure you've heard that question several times before, but it's rather unique, specifically the spelling. So
yeah, it is. I'd say well, the name really comes from it's something I've liked always. The name comes from me always staying up late and writing songs as a child, and the spelling Knight with a K comes from me trying to be original and not copy anyone else. I looked it up one day and saw that Knight Owls N-I-G-H-T was taken, so I decided to just throw a K right in there.
So how long did the whole naming process take, and did anybody kind of stop you and say, wait a minute,
I would say it kind of just was a name in it was in my books, I had a bunch of different names, and it was just, at the time it seemed like it fit, so we went with that one. What's the first Night Owls song I ever wrote? The first Night Owls song I ever wrote on my own was The Rain. That was when I was younger, like in 6th or 7th grade I wrote that. But the first real songs we jammed on were Scarlet, The Loner, and Gemini, in that order. We would always mess around with those, with Manny on bass and Sean on drums, and then my father came on.
So the Rain is the album's single.
Yeah.
And you wrote that in 6th or 7th grade?
Around there. That's one song that I kind of wrote, the music for, and maybe a normal time frame for writing a song. Normal could mean anything from a week to a year. I'd say that was done in maybe a couple of weeks musically, and lyrically that took me a while. That was a large range of lyrics. It's 3 or 4 years of lyrics. It's not that intricate a song either. It's pretty straightforward and simple, but there's a lot in there from different segments of me kind of growing up.
What is it about?
Well, it's really about coming together. There's a sense of unity in that song. I mean, really, it sounds silly, but I look outside when it rains, and I feel certain ways about things. First couple lines of the song, and it rains. We are all the same. Too much confusion going on. It's not an illusion if you think hard. It's just something powerful. So a lot of the lyrics are like that.
So you had 3 or 4 years of writing. When did you finally put the pencil down and say, this is the song to kind of, if people are going to hear one song, this is the song that's going to define my band?
I'm not sure if it really came down to, me saying, this is going to be the song, it's going to be the Night Owls song. It was more so when we were putting together Who Gives a Hoot, and we were looking for songs to fit, the part. And it certainly did, I mean, it really did. But it wasn't this is the song that's going to be us. I'd say that whole album was kind of elements of what's going to be us. And, to be fair, I say that now, Oh, this song is going to be us. This is going to be our, what we're going to be remembered for someday. And it just keeps changing, But I guess, create something powerful enough, something strong enough, it'll all come together, eventually. Whatever is. Rock music-wise, I'm really into Zeppelin, I'm into The Doors, Hendrix, Pink Floyd, bands like that, and a lot of blues rock-based bands. I also, I'm into a lot of, blues, just Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, John Lee Hooker, musicians like that. Simplistic music, it's just got a good groove to it, And I really like a lot of folk music too. Joan Baez, Joni Mitchell, Bob Dylan. I'd have to say it's a tie between Gemini more like Scarlet or The Loner or so, because, you know, and those are the 3 songs we first started off with, and, you know, it's, you know, it's the spark of the candle. You know, that's what really, you know, set this stuff off. I had no, you know, even though I had intentions of creating a band with, you know, musicians at one point, when we started playing these songs together, I didn't know that this was gonna, you know, turn into what it is. I mean, what kind of, you know, 16-year-old, well, 16-year-old, what kind of, you know, 13-year-old goes into, you know, a jam session like, all right, I'm gonna jam with a bunch of 40-year-olds, and my father's gonna be in the band too. It's just not practical, but it worked out great. You know?
Back to be where you are now?
Well, 3-4 years ago, I was actually playing in a cover band with my father too, so, you know, it's not as shocking. If you would come up to me as a little kid, you know, or something like that, you know, to begin with, I might have been shocked I was playing in a rock band or something like that. But, you know, it might have been a little shocking then. I mean, it's casual. I really don't even think of him as my father when we're playing. It's just, you know, he's just another person in the band, you know. Not to, you know, demote him from any type of, you know, high priority position, but, you know, he's just, you know, he's just a guy in the band, you know. We love each other like bandmates when we're playing music, and we love each other like father and son when, you know, it's time to do that.
Damn, kid, but why you specifically?
You know, music's kind of my way of celebrating life, I suppose. See, the thing is, I'm not. I'm not sure if I want to answer that or not.
I played the.
How long did it take for the Night Owl? So you had 3 or 4 years of writing. When did you finally put the pencil in and say, this is the
I don't know.
the first time? People that buy it along the lines of the representation of everybody else in the band. Is that what you're saying? Let me ask you this. In terms of what... Some people have...
Good job, good job.
Did you live?